What's up YouTube, YGO 2010. Today I'm bringing you guys a deck profile about my Lavals. I decided to try them out. I see that they were wrecking in Japan, and I just wanted to, like I said, try the deck out. It's pretty much like you have a standard build for the deck. It's like a few tech choices between each one, and I took the route which I thought was going to be the fastest one. So here it is. I got 3 Laval Cannon. When he's normal to flip, I can target a banished Laval and special summon it, and he works well with their self removal effects and the triple gold Sark that I run. Next up we have 2 Laval of the Burning Lake. If there are 3 or more Lavals in my grave, I can remove a Laval and it from play to destroy one set card my opponent controls. And it doesn't say set spell, trap, or set monster, so any card that's set on their side of the field, I can destroy it with Burning Lake's effect. 3 Handmaiden. When it's sent to the grave, if I have another Laval, then I can send another Laval to the graveyard, and it's a win optional, so it has to be the last thing to happen for me to get the effect, so I can't synchro with it and send and discard with Regeki break for it to send. But 3 of the sweltering heat transmission fields helps with that. Then we have Laval Cannoneer. He's up to twice per turn. I can send a fire from my hand to the grave and inflict 500. He's just a grave setup and 200 defense. Go with the rekindling, of course. I got 3 battle faders. I'm really considering switching to 2 scrap iron scarecrows and putting a second Veiler in, but I haven't ran into anybody running Core Chimera Drago, so I'm doing alright for right now. And that's probably what the biggest threat is, why they're starting to run Swift Attack Scarecrow. I think that's the name of it. I think that's the reason why they're running it over there, because Heretics are starting to main Core Chimera Drago for this matchup, and it just stops their fader play, and you can OTK. There's no Gores, no Trag, no fader, none of that. Of course, the main engine of the deck, 3 card D. When he's normal summon, during the main phase 1, I contribute him, draw 2 cards, and make the current phase the end phase of the turn, but I can't special summon that turn. But with all the protection, you can just set a card, normal summon him, and draw 2, and you should be good. Especially with a deck like this, you need setup, so more than likely you'll have something to stop the attack. And Gores, of course, for the moments where you have to take a hit to the face. 2 Maxis. Right now, I feel like you gotta run 2 Maxis in this meta. Maybe the meta will change a little bit with the next set, with Heretics coming out, but when Heretics go off, they go off, so Maxi once again would help with that. The only deck that this probably would not heavily impact is a hero deck, or maybe Inzectors, but Inzectors, they can go off too with just 1 monster, so it's just my personal opinion. I only run 1 Veiler right now. I haven't been really having trouble with monster effects with this deck, and plus it's just I put it in there as that level 1 just in case I don't have the Handmaiden, and I can still go on the formula. And Veiler, it's still a good card. It's just with this deck, I haven't faced anybody that's heavy on effects, so 1 Veiler's been doing the job for me. And plus it powers up Red Nova Dragon. 3 sweltering heat transmission fields. I send 2 Lavals from my deck to grave, and what I'll generally do is send Laval of the Burning Lake and Lava Volcano Handmaiden, and with this I just plus 3 because I send these two, then Handmaiden effect will send another Handmaiden, then another Handmaiden, and generally I'll send another Cannoneer to grave. That way when I play the Rekindling, I have a choice to go into Red Nova. 3 MSTs because I don't sit on back row that much, and I don't have like massive removal. My removal is my effects, and you know, for the people starting to like skill drains and all that, that's what these right here are for. And of course Heavy Storm. 3 gold Sarks. A lot of people have asked me why I don't run Monster Reborn. I mean, it's a good idea for me to put it in here, but like I said, as of right now, I haven't needed it. Rekindling has been doing that and so much more, and the Gold Sark is my instant synchro, because I play the Gold Sark on one of these, normal summon him, and you know, that's the synchro right there. The traps, we got double torrential, you know, protection. The Regeki Break is versatile. It sets up grave and gets rid of any card of my choice. Back row, monsters, any of that. Solemn and 2 warnings. I haven't had much need for the 2 warnings. Like the Solemn, I've won because I played the Solemn before. But the warnings, I could see me running something else in its place, because it's life points for me. That's the way I'm looking at it now. And plus, it's not like easily chainable. Like, it has to be to something that summons. I was thinking about putting in a 3rd Regeki Break or 2 compulsory evacuation devices. I still haven't decided on which 2 I might do. Just let me know what you guys think. And for the extra, we got Formula Synchron, Laval Dragon. He's pretty good. He's very easy to make in here. A tuner and a non-tuner fire. I can shuffle 2 Laval monsters from my grave into my main deck to target a card my opponent controls and return it to their hand. So after I dump in the grave, I sync for him, then I can return and keep returning as long as I have 2 Lavals in grave and potentially clear their field. And he doesn't say once per turn. So like I said, as long as I have the Lavals in grave, I can return cards. Then we got Laval Dual Slasher. I don't usually make him unless I just need a 5-star in the grave for the Rekindling, because he has 200 defense. But he does have a decent effect if they're having a lot of monsters in defense mode. Once per turn, if he attacks a defense monster, he can attack again. And well, if you have 2 more Lavals, he can do that. But if you have 3 or more, in addition to the attacking more than once, he pierces. So that'd be pretty good for that. Allied Justice Cataster, Hyper Librarian, Laval Dragoon. Once per turn during your main phase, you can add 1 Laval from your deck to your hand, then send 1 Laval from your hand to your grave. I haven't made him yet, but chances are there'll be a time where I need to send the Handmaiden, and that's basically what his effect does. He just sets up grave. That's it. And I just put him in there as an alternate choice for level 6. I'm still deciding on how helpful he might be. I'm thinking about putting an Orient Dragon in, but I haven't seen that many synchros lately, so I'm still deciding on everything. Brionic, Ancient Flamvell Deity. He's pretty good. At first I was running Scrap Archfiend, but then after I started looking at all the fires and the Flamvells, you know, since I'm using Rekindling, I saw him, and when I read his effect, I was like, oh, he's pretty good, because, you know, people don't really sit on back row too much now that Heavy Storm's here, and there's a lot of back row hate. So people like to play off a hand advantage, and when he synchro summon, I can remove from play from my opponent's graveyard up to the number of cards in their hand. And if I'm playing somebody that's extra conservative, keeping 6 at a time, he's going to gain 1200 when he comes out. And if all else fails, I'm going to get rid of a card on their field or from their hand if they drop the Veiler or play the Warning. So the way I see it is, he's always taking something with him when he comes out, as opposed to Scrap Archfiend, who will just be 2700 when he comes out. Black Rose Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend. He's another one for the defensive players that I sometimes play. Mistworm, Oh How I Missed Trishula, Red Nova Dragon. He's in here because I have tuners galore, and I can get him up to 65 if I have all my tuners engraved, but generally it's like 55 to 6,000 is what I get him at. And he's easy for me to make. I can make him off of one rekindling. It takes one of this guy, Handmaiden, one Cannoneer, one Handmaiden, and 2 Burning Lakes, I believe. No, I'm sorry. 1 Cannoneer, 2 Handmaidens, and 2 Burning Lakes. Because I'll sync these 2 off for a 5-star. Then I'll sync those 2 off for Red Dragon Archfiend. And then I'll sync the last Handmaiden and the last Burning Lake into that guy, because he's 12 stars, 2 tuners plus Red Dragon Archfiend. So, and once he comes out, he's almost just like Shooting Star. He can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and when they declare an attack, I can remove him from play to negate it, and he comes back during the end phase. And last but not least is Shooting Quasar. I have made Quasar once, but generally I go into this guy because he's raw power, and he still, stops a lot of their stuff. And with people starting to main compulsory now, I'm probably going to try my hardest to go into Quasar more, because compulsory will just hurt him tremendously. Alright guys, that's the deck. Let me know what you think. Comment, rate, subscribe, and just tell me what you guys want. I'll bring it up for you. Alright, YGO out.